In the past, have you created New Year's resolutions only to be disappointed when you didn't stay committed and focused? Well, I want to help you be in the 10% of people who actually follow through. We're focusing on habits and we're focusing on systems that'll help you become the woman that you truly desire to be. Welcome. I am Dr. Monique, and I am a woman who transformed my life after the age of 50. And I am committed to helping women transform their lives and live the best version of themselves, regardless of their age or stage. So, if you want to know how to make a lasting transformation, please pay attention, take notes. And at the end, I have a free resource that's going to help you keep track and stay focused so you can be consistent this entire year. So let me tell you a little bit about New Year's resolutions and resolutions in general. About 50% of the public actually makes resolutions. But unfortunately, only 25% are still committed to these resolutions after 30 days. About 10% of the people actually follow through and achieve their goals. Right? But we don't have to be part of that statistic. And we're going to look at many reasons why people maybe don't succeed. But more than that, I'm going to show you what you can do so you actually do accomplish your goals. But before we get to really the how-tos, I really want to take a little time to talk about the importance of releasing shame. Sometimes when people say new year, new me, the reason they really want the newness is because they have a lot of shame about who they actually are. So I'm going to ask you to please be compassionate with yourself. We're going to release any shame. We're going to appreciate who we are, right? Because the old you has survived so much. The old you has gotten you where you are today. So we're going to honor her and we're going to move forward with that. So we're going to have a new approach. In the past, you may have focused on motivation and willpower, but we're going to be relying on habits and systems. James Clear, who is the author of Atomic Habits, said, "You do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems." And I just think that is so profound. So we're going to focus on our systems, not our goals. So your goal may be to lose weight, but instead of focusing on that 10 pounds or the 20 pounds you want to lose, we're going to actually focus on those systems that will get you there. So the system may be you need to drink water, you're going to exercise 4 times a week, you're going to do meal prep and meal planning. So the systems is what will get you there. And when you have these systems in place, you're much more likely to actually reach your goal. So similarly, if your plan is to start a business, we're going to break it down and we're going to focus on systems, not just the goal. So if you're starting a business, your systems might include spending 20 minutes on research and planning per day. It could be that you're going to send out 1 intentional email per day, or you're going to record 1 video per week. Right? So the systems will keep you focused and moving in the right direction. Another thing you want to do, you want to ask better questions. So you do need to know what you want, but when you're looking at how to stay focused, you need to ask yourself, what do you need to do daily to become her? Right? So what do you need to do daily to become the person that you truly want to be? What does she do? What does she like? What activities does she need to do? So please remember, if you want something you have never had, you have to be willing to do something that you have never done. And tiny changes will yield big results. So again, in Atomic Habits, James Clear explains the power of the 1% improvement. 1% improvements compound daily. So if you can be just 1% better each day, by the end of the year, that is just astronomical results. So you don't have to change everything overnight. We just need to keep getting progressively better. If maybe you really would like to read a chapter of a book every day, but let me tell you this, if you can only read 2 pages a day, that is so much better than 0. So you want to start where you are. So don't be in the position where if I can't read the whole chapter, then I'm not going to do it. If I don't have 30 minutes to work on my business, then I'm not going to do anything, because moving forward is better than staying stuck where you are, right? So if you're looking at just having more movement, a 10-minute walk after dinner is so much better than just staying on the couch. It doesn't have to be something huge and drawn out, but every step, every tiny change will get you closer and closer to where you want to be. Because as you build on these tiny habits, they keep building, and your habits actually shape your identity and who you are. And your habits are the things that will move you closer to where you would want to be. So when you're thinking about, I want to be her, who is that to you, right? So what do you want to do? What do you want to be? What do you want to have? And what does this woman that you want to be, future self, what are her daily habits? Okay, so we're going to look at 4 laws of habits. If the habit is going to be effective, there are 4 different laws. The habits need to be obvious, need to make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. As you're doing this, you're going to build these systems. If you had a weight loss goal, one of the habits could be that you want to meal prep, right? So we need to make that obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying. So the systems involved would include going to the grocery store, doing the meal prep, having the containers for it, just everything to make it easy. And you're going to prepare good meals, which will actually be satisfying. You want to make it easier to do your habit than it is to not to do it. And let's say if you're going to schedule movement, I remember when I was going to the gym at 6 o'clock in the morning, my systems involved laying my clothes out at night, packing my gym bag with my clothes, doing everything at night, making sure I had gas, making sure my alarm was set. So when I woke up, I didn't have to think about anything. I could roll out of bed, everything was right there, and I could just go to the gym and then go straight to work. So my systems were so important. Another thing that you can do is called habit stacking. There may be some habits that you want to incorporate, and you can stack those with habits that you actually already do. For example, if you already drink coffee every day, you can say, as I'm drinking my coffee, I'm going to say my affirmations. So if you like me, I like to kind of take some time to drink my coffee leisurely. If at that same time I could be saying affirmations, it won't be any additional time, but this will be something that I can do with something that I already have established. Another thing you might want to do is say, okay, after I brush my teeth in the morning, I'm going to stretch for 2 minutes, because we know we're going to brush our teeth. Or after I get out of the shower, I'm going to play a motivational video. Or you might want to play a YouTube video while you're putting on your makeup. So again, you're stacking habits. You're already putting on the makeup. You're already getting dressed. Now you can listen to a book or do something constructive. You might say, when I sit at my desk, I review my goals. So as soon as I sit at my desk, my goals are right there. I'm going to take the few seconds to review my goals every time I sit at the desk. One of the things that I decided to do, I sometimes would forget to take my vitamins and supplements. So I thought, what habit could I stack it with that I always do? So, of course, I always put on deodorant. So I just decided that when I put on deodorant, I will also take my supplements. So I have my supplements and my deodorant in the same location. So I never miss a day of deodorant. So I don't miss a day of taking my supplements now. So that worked well for me. So you have to just look at your life and think, how can I attach something that I want to do with something that I already do? And thinking about habits is much more effective than pure motivation. The word motivation has the same root word as the word emotion, and you just don't want to have something as serious as your goals and your transformation tied to your emotion. You're not always going to feel like doing what it is you're supposed to do. You're not always going to feel inspired, and that's why habits and systems are so important. This way, even when you don't feel like it, the system will keep you on track. The system will allow you to show up for yourself. I'm so excited about our futures this year. I'm so excited about the woman that you are and the woman that you are becoming. So in closing, small, consistent actions can change your body, your confidence, your finances, your relationships, your mindset, your legacy. It can change everything because the tiny improvements add up. And remember, we don't automatically rise to our goals, but we do fall to the level of our systems. So we want to make sure that our systems and our habits match the woman that you are becoming. I'm so glad that you stayed to the end. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. As promised, there is a reset guide that you can find in the description. Please download that. There's a habit tracker, there's some reflection pages, but things to help you be consistent. I am proud of you. I am rooting for you. I'm excited to continue on this journey with you. So be blessed, and I will see you next time.